I'm Grizzly Greg. Hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment. Always smash that subscribe button. Thank you to my sponsor, Pandemyk Performance. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and pandemykperformance.com for all your performance needs. Enjoy the video. All right, once again, we are working on the General. What are we doing today, Brandon?
New exhaust, tuned from Pandemyk Performance.
Ooh, Pandemyk Performance will be here in the flesh within a few hours. We're gonna get this full exhaust system on. This, and then we're gonna tune it. So, this thing went from a pooch to a full-blown race rig eventually here. Just kidding.
It's always a race rig if you're drunk enough.
So the first thing we did was we took the stock pipe off. That was 2 springs and 2 bolts, 15 millimeter. And one was too rusty, so we stuck a 9/16 on there and came right out. And now we got to get this pipe off because Bikeman, with their full exhaust system, you can't just throw the pipe on. You got to actually assemble everything. And we're going to have to reuse the exhaust gasket too, which I don't think should be a big deal. So, but what are you talking about there,
no,
big feller?
You don't want to know. Otherwise, you won't be able to use any of this.
Gotcha. You're talking shit. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to keep removing shit. All right, next thing to do is, looks like there's a rivet there, and a rivet up top. And I think from what we can see, that holds that whole heat shield on. And then we'll be able to get down in here between this frame and the cylinder head and get at all the bolts that we need to get at. And this whole piece will come right off, and we'll go from there. Brandon ran across the street. He's got the fancy pliers that pops them out. I, for some reason, don't have that. And the last couple times that I didn't have a tool to complete a project, there was a order placed the following week. So guess what I'm going to be ordering? 14.
It's on there.
I already tightened it.
I need the right size for my video.
Not that one. 14.
It's a 14. All right. Old pipe is off. They use 6 millimeter Allens. Anybody that knows me knows how much I hate Allens. Everybody hates Allens, right, Brandon?
Right.
And don't forget to unplug the O2 sensor. A good old line wrench. 14 mil. Works good for that. Now we are reusing the gasket because you can do exhaust gasket reusing from what I've read. So that's what we're doing because Brandon failed to order a new one. Let's get her back on. It was a bitch getting that old one off too, by the way, everybody. So take your time.
Put your safety glasses on.
Safety first. So if you run a super ATV bracket lift and you want to run a Bikeman exhaust, the outside pipe, you got to grind a little section of the lift off in order to fit the exhaust on. About like that, as you can see.
Compared to the other side.
So that's how it used to look.
It did.
So I took off a good inch.
It did pick it up.
Okay, we're almost done. We left the bolts going into the head a little loose, but not loose enough. So this pipe doesn't move enough. What we did was we stuck these pipes in the muffler first. Got the 2 dongs in, the rubber grommets. There's a bracket right here that has to fit over top of this cross member. And the outside pipe we can get on, but we can't move this enough or the muffler enough to get everything lined up where we can get the springs on. So what Brandon's doing is just going a turn or 2 looser on the manifold bolts, or the header bolts. And that should be the key. And we should be good to go to give her a startup test run. Yeah, exhaust is all on. Heat shield's on. That was a pain. It's all riveted on, plastic rivets. Yeah, just throwing the box back on. Brandon, you got the lights plugged in this time?
I do this
All right. Lights are plugged in. Okay. Good to go. We'll do a start up here in just a second. All right, we're starting her up.
Lights work?
Lights work. They are on. Oh yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Up her and stop.
Wait till Pandemyk Performance gets here. We'll throw a tune on her. It's gonna be Power Maniac come next weekend at the Cliffs. Saturday, March 11th. If anyone's bored, meet us down at the Cliffs in Illinois. We'll be there. All right, next step. Got the exhaust mounted. It's the next morning, but hey, stuff happens. That's what happens when you go to the bar instead of tuning a General. Pairing with the vehicle. Got my Pandemyk Performance RTD module. Once we pair with this, Pandemyk will get a ding on his laptop. He'll rate the tune and send it back to me, and we'll upload her. And then we're gonna be talking about power. All right, we got a little Pandemyk Performance tuning going on with Brandon's 2019 General EPS. Yesterday, or the first half of the video, you noticed we threw that full Bikeman exhaust system on. Found that used, barely used. So what we're doing here is lowering the fan temp, turn on temperature to about 185 degrees. The speed limiter gets increased. Seatbelt limiter is off. About a 20 horsepower gain with this tune, after he is giving him more spark, more fuel, remapping the airflows for the exhaust system, improved throttle response, reverse torque limiter increased, rev limiter increased, and the bad boy should start in park without holding the brake. So stay tuned for some test drives, test runs. But yeah, we're about 15 minutes out from getting that bad boy tuned up here, so she is gonna be a beast. Can't wait.